Hey everybody, welcome to the next map that I'm going to play, which is Ryloth Nabat. This is a map that actually supports a whole lot of modes and a whole lot of timelines, including the Clone Wars, but I could not get those to work. The Clone Wars probably because I don't have it myself. I tried looking it up. I found something called the Clone Wars, but it was unfortunately a map pack, which was good for future, videos because I have maps and again to do, but haven't found the actual timeline. And also, some of the modes, such as Uber, are only doable with certain of those timelines, because I did it with Galactic Civil War, and it would only spawn one character at each side, so that was kind of weird. Anyway, as you can see, it is very urban in this canyon. A little bit Tatooine-esque. I don't know if it's actual Tatooine architecture that's used. I think so, yeah. With the brown texture over it. Now, I want to make this time, or this video, and to talk about the news that happened. As you can see, you have heroes fighting in between. That's very cool. I will let you guys judge about this map because, well, I got a lot of message about it, and yep, this is the perfect opportunity to talk about it. Of course, what happened to EA and Star Wars. So, Disney said that they are going to give EA the power of making at least 3 Star Wars games, I think. And, or actually, it might have been 3 companies. One of them is DICE. And though people are already saying, DICE is making Battlefront 3, DICE is making Battlefront 3, it is not officially announced yet, but because DICE, of course, makes Battlefield, makes the Battlefield series, it is indeed to be expected that they also make Battlefront 3. Now, I want to talk about that, what I think about that in a moment, but what is also pretty cool is there was an hour during May the 4th, there was an hour shown of footage of Battlefront 3 when it was still in alpha. I didn't see the whole hour, but I checked some clips on YouTube, and I do have to say it looked kind of interesting. Not necessarily the ground battles, but the space battles I thought were great. Of course, you have to realize it's an alpha, so graphically and stuff, it's not what the final product would have been. But I found the characters to not look current gen at all. I found them a little bit ugly textures, but the environments looked already great. And like I said, especially the flying combat, the environments looked great. There was a scene where a unit would enter a fighter and fly around Coruscant with all these Republic gunships in the air, and it just looked epic. And they also introduced that what some of these maps already do, like you oh wait, what? A combination of space and ground combat. Now I still don't know how that works. See, people, those maps are really popular, but if you only have 64 players, your environment cannot be too big if it is about space and ground combat. Because if it's too big, there won't be any action. So I'm apparently the oh my god, sorry, I'm apparently the only one who's not that big of a fan of the space to ground map packs. But yeah, and also it looks derpy, and you could indeed say, well, it's alpha, and that's true. But it looks like some of these maps where you go into the sky and just go up, and all of a sudden the air turns to black, and the textures of the planet it becomes like a 2D screenshot of a planet, which is kind of lame. See, if they really want to do it well, they should actually make a good volumetric sky dome, where you can actually see the world around you going smaller and smaller and smaller, and then eventually fading out and becoming, a planet. Now one could say, well, that takes a little bit too much time if you need to go up all that way during a battle, And that's why I also think, well, it doesn't work. It cannot really work space to ground combat. But yeah, I am in the minority, I think, of people who think that. Anyway, what do I think about DICE doing that? I don't mind. The problem that I have is with EA. I think EA games are usually great. I just don't like the attitude of EA. Of course, like I said, I'm not able at the moment to actually get games from Origin. Which, of course, it will be available then. It's not that I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna have to go through a little bit more effort to actually get it. But I will definitely get it, and I will definitely do videos about it. I'm just worried also that I hope they will add modding. Because that was always a big thing about Battlefield. Battlefield 1942 especially really had some amazing mods. And people bought the game just for those mods. It had a Desert Combat mod, which was very, very popular. And people bought the game just for that. And it had all sorts of other stuff. It had even a Star Wars mod, you know, before there was a Battlefront. And it had a Vietnam mod, it had a Transformers mod, a Warhammer mod, all sorts of weird stuff. And it was awesome. And those guys are definitely talented. And they, of course, have the power of the Frostbite engine, which looks gorgeous. So the Battlefront game will definitely look gorgeous. But what I think, what I need to do, is kind of scrap the alpha footage and start from scratch. Start with their own engine, start with their own ideas. You may say, well, that probably will take a long time then for them to make, but I expect it to take a long time. I mean, they're focusing now on Battlefield 4, so earliest we're gonna see it is next year or the year after that. Somebody did make a good point though, where they said, well, EA's main focus is Battlefield, so they want the big boys at DICE to actually keep concentrating on that instead of Battlefront. And I thought, oh my god, that could actually indeed work if they're as focused on money as they sometimes seem to be. I hope that's not the case. Since Battlefront was, you know, the best-selling Star Wars game for a long, long time, I hope EA sees the opportunity that they have with making Battlefront 3. So yeah, that's what I think. I think it's a good thing. Like I said, I don't like EA's attitude. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But that they're making it, sure, why not? I'm a big Battlefield fan. The reason also why I talked about the modding earlier. Oh my god! Wow, Boba. Did you just say YOLO? But they do not allow modding on Battlefield 3, which is fucking insane and annoying. Reason why they do that is because they want... some people see it as a reason to not buy DLC, because why buy DLC when you can kinda, you know, get maps for free and stuff. And it's just such a fucking egotistical attitude and reason not to add modding, because like I said, modding can really do some good for you. Battlefield, DayZ, of course, for Arma, you know, that's sold such a lot of copies only for that. There is Civilization 4, which I'm not too well acquainted with, but I know that there was a mod for that, which was so popular that it sold units just for that. So, man, give the people freedom. Don't be fucking afraid that they make something better than you. Just, you know, embrace it, and people will also embrace it. Like, fuck. I don't know. So that's gonna be it. I didn't really talk about the map, but I think you could have seen a lot. So if you like it, download link will, as always, be in the description. And I will see you guys next time.